So we're ready to welcome in the competitors now.
Representing Kazakhstan, Nariman Kurbanov. Representing France, 2011 World Pommel Horse silver medalist, Cyril Demazon. Representing the Russian Federation, 2017 World Pommel Horse silver medalist, David Belyavsky. Representing the People's Republic of China, 2017 World Pommel Horse bronze medalist, Xiao Ruotang. Representing the United States of America, 2014 World Team bronze medalist, Samuel McCullough. Representing Chinese Taipei, Asian Games Pommel Horse champion, Li Chi-kai. Representing the Russian Federation, 2018 World All-Around bronze medalist, Nikita Nagorny. Representing Great Britain, World and Olympic Pommel Horse champion, Max Whitlock.
Well, there are our 8 finalists. Max Whitlock, the final gymnast to step out. He will be the last gymnast to compete. Needs to keep composed during the course of his long wait. It's always interesting to know whether it's better to go up first or last. Obviously, you know what you need to beat if you're last up, but sometimes it's good to get it over with. So these gymnasts will be mentally prepared for any eventuality. All of them just hopefully going through their routine as they've practiced hundreds of times before in the gym. So a very difficult apparatus to master. You need to keep the circles going, keep the rhythm going. Accurate placements of the hands whilst trying to put in the difficulty. Look out for the work on one handle. Here is the start list. Nariman Kurbanov from Kazakhstan will be first up. He placed third in qualification with a score of 14.466, a difficulty value of 6.2. Just to give you a flavour, Max Whitlock had the highest score of 14.966 and a difficulty value of 6.7. He is capable as a 7.0 difficulty score. Depends how he goes, I suppose, which routine he goes for.
World medalist Max Whitlock of Great Britain.
But they need to stay on. That's the most important thing. Going through clean.
Respect and admiration for each other, and they're going to push each other for the best possible performance.
So, having to contain the adrenaline and keep calm.
He can handle whatever's thrown at him. He is a tough competitor and so exciting to watch.
So the audience are ready and the judges are just about ready for our first gymnast. 20 years of age. Competed at his first World Championships in Montreal last year.
Competing first in this men's pommel horse final, representing Kazakhstan, Nariman Kurbanov.
This is Nariman Kurbanov from Kazakhstan. First competitor Tall gymnast, nice line. Often see the taller gymnasts working well on pommel horse. Difficult work on one handle. Small base of support, that's how they accrue the difficulty value. Working out to the end. Oh, once he's off. There, an example of what we were talking about. So difficult to keep the rhythm going. What a shame for the 20-year-old. He remounts, he needs to complete the exercise. There's the dismount. We've gone well, but a shame. There will be one hallmark deduction for the fall. Met by the coach. Had his best results for the win at the Melbourne World Cup on this apparatus. Have a look at that. The judges looking for line from the shoulders to the toes. Yeah, you can see the grip on the handles. This is where, oh, you saw there, the hand just slipped and the shoulders went over to the left, and that was enough to be off. The key, the centre of mass over the base to support the wrist whilst moving all the way through is incredibly difficult. Do not underestimate the power of the pommel horse.
We said from the top it's been a tough piece to handle and train all week long.
He's quite young, just 20 years old.
There you see sort of the smoothness of the pommel horse, the hands just sort of sliding there across a little bit, yeah, and he wasn't able to get back into his swing. His marks on his shoulders, and the some medical practice of cupping. Some of the gymnasts find that useful. We'll see what the judges make of the score. He got 14.466 in qualification, but he went cleanly through there.
All the doctors and physiotherapists are hard at work, making sure our gymnasts are in tip-top shape.
So we're waiting for the first score of this men's world pommel horse final.
6.2 was the difficulty score in qualification. Same difficulty score, but a lower score altogether. 13.4 for Nariman Kurbanov.
Gets a good round of applause, deservedly so. Performing next, representing France.
Performing now for France, this is Cyril Thomasson. Just a pause and a moment to compose himself. Off into the two handstands on one handle. Yeah, the triple Russian between the handles. This is good work. Into the flares with travel. And back again. Oh, and he's off as well. Goodness me. Wow. The 31-year-old was going well. Yeah. There, just again, not in line. Oh, dear. Well, he goes for the triple Russian on the end, and he's off again. That's 2 whole marks. There will be no recovery from this. Circling and up into the dismount. He wants to get it over and done with. Cyril Thomasson from France.
A difficult ride on pommel horse.
Well, he won a silver medal at the 2011 World Championships in Tokyo. And
Now, what the gymnast falls from the pommel horse?
specialist on the pommel horse. Again, the long tall frame. There, catching his feet. And that was enough to take him offline, and that was the first fall. That's where it all went wrong. And he couldn't get back into his rhythm. Scored 14.241 in qualification.
And it really just depends on the width of the shoulders of the gymnast and how comfortable they are in support.
Well, France.
We are waiting for Cyril Thomasson's score. Congratulations to him. Finishing his routine off.
Didn't quite make team finals.
Despite a couple of bad racing falls.
Apparatus finals is a completely different competition. In qualification, it's like a 6.
You'll be wondering what if, going through it in his head. But he knows, as well as any gymnast, that anything can happen in a final. 31 years of age now, experienced competitor. The score for Cyril Thomasson, 11.5.
So it comes as no surprise that for now, Cyril Thomasson is second behind David Billy.
Now, is there an opportunity for David Bilyavsky from the Russian Federation? Placed 8th all around in qualification, but only 2 gymnasts per nation could go through. So that was Nagorny and Dalaloyan. He will be wanting to do his very best to get an individual medal here. He's quite capable of good things. One hand's off. That was a fault. He's supposed to go up into the handstand. He's done well to continue. And there, the spindle on the end. So the single leg work. And up. The dismount, wow. Bilyavsky, 26-year-old, 2-time Olympic medalist. Took a silver with the team. The 2017 European Pommel Horse champion. But he didn't have a great start. There you see the left hand, he did so well not to come off the apparatus completely. That was all experience keeping him to go through with the shears. And I had to get back into the circles. But it wasn't as he would have wished it to be. He has already seen 2 gymnasts fall before him. 14.0 was the score in qualification with a 6.2 difficulty value. And he needed a little bit of strength up into the handstand.
Once they initiate the elevation.
So, what will the judges think?
Trying to save every point he possibly can.
Hasn't quite been his championships.
Well, actually, pommel horse it tends to favor technique over muscle. That's because the routines are done from the shoulders and
scoreboard, but he knows it could have been better.
This takes perfect technique.
And a shake of the head, that says it all, really.
Qualification, he had a difficulty value of 6.2. Quite impressive. Just second to Max Whitlock.
So let's take another look. This was good work. Extended in the swing. Nice shape. Good technique.
Circle around that.
You see there, the close-up on the handles, those placements, so important. He will feature in the parallel bars final.
He is the third competitor of this men's.
But he knows he could have been a potential medalist here.
Top score currently 13.
5 more gymnasts to go, including the world and Olympic champion on this apparatus, Max Whitlock.
But women's finals is a completely different competition.
So quite a delay for the score to come in. The coach also wondering what will be the result and what could have been, perhaps.
And the anticipation is almost more difficult to endure than the routine itself. Years and years.
Only a score of 13.4 at the moment to beat. We'd expect that to rise substantially over the next few routines.
Imagine if you were among the ones that need to judge this routine. Hats off to our judges. Here we go with the scores.
And the score comes in 11.833. Disappointing for David Beliavsky.
Puts in second place.
Fault at the beginning and the fault with the dismount. Costly.
Currently in silver medal contention, albeit at the 3 competitors only.
Next to go, silver medalist all around, gold medalist with the team. Representing China, this is Jiao Ruoteng. Speed of circle, flares with travel. Oh, lovely work. Very good. Impressive so far. Safe in the handstand. Triple Russian on the end. Oh yes, and a great routine there from Jiao Ruoteng. Jiao determined to go through cleanly. That's the way to do it, and they are very pleased indeed. Great job. Surely take the lead with that. Scored a 14.633 in qualification. Let's take another look at that. Immediately into that extended circle with the spindle on the end. Beautiful work. Here, single leg, the shears. There into the flares from the handstand, keeping the rhythm going. Fluidity of movement, flexibility in the hips, and that an excellent dismount, and he knew he'd done a great job. Take that.
He feels good. Very difficult in the team qualification.
So he saw His all-around total matched that of Dalaloyan, becomes silver all around on a tie-break rule. But he's put out his best routine there today. Last year, he became the first gymnast in 9 years, other than Koichi Mura, to win an all-around title. And jumps to the top of the leaderboard at a huge 15.166. He has set the bar incredibly high. Goodness gracious, what a score.
Next on pommel, representing the United States of America, Samuel McCulloch.
Samuel McCulloch from the United States of America in his second apparatus final. And that's his own skill. Into the handstand, into the flares. Lovely work with the spindle. Hand placement's accurate over the top of the handles. Through the triple Russian on the end. Shivado travel. Into the handstand. Nicely done. That was a great job from McCulloch. Yes, he's thrilled. The 24-year-old came into this final in 5th place at a score of 14.133 in qualification with a 6.0 difficulty value. He has encountered disappointment, but to this is good. That's his own skill. Double scissor with hop across the pommel, and there back onto the handles. This was the dismount. Oh no, it wasn't. It was the handstand into the flares. And look at that extension in the swing.
Moving forward.
Yeah. There up into the dismount with the pirouettes. Bends the knees. Big smile.
And nothing feels as good as that.
Great job from McCulloch.
How do you like that camaraderie and sportsmanship among the competitors?
They liked it too.
After his dismount,
They're right behind him.
Fist and pump from the next competitor. Walks down the floor,
he can relax knowing he's done a good job.
Brilliant. They know how hard this is. He's a two-time Olympian. Been to the World Championships. But he has
his loved ones with him.
Today be his day.
Keeping the fingers and everything crossed, hoping that maybe it could be a medal-winning performance. Now in the lead with that huge 15.166. The agonising wait for the score to come through.
Samuel McCulloch's score is coming shortly. Here we go.
It's on its way. The score is 14.333. He moves into second place. He's happy with that. He's done his best and got the reward he deserves. We have 3 more gymnasts to go, and Zhao leads.
The drama continues here at Aspire Dome.
So here the current standings. Zhao leads from McCulloch. Kurbanov currently in 3rd place.
Zhao currently first, Samuel McCulloch second.
Now you see the difficulty 5.84 McCulloch. Slightly lower than in qualification, but the execution was better.
After 5 performance. Next up on
Time to keep calm.
Representing Taipei, Chinese Taipei, Kai Li Chen Kai.
Representing Chinese Taipei, this is Li Qikai. Qualified in 6th highest place. Lovely extension in the flares. Oh, that's beautiful. Really great work. And there the flares with spindle and travelling. Such extension. Very impressive. Now into double leg circles and back into the flares. With travel. Getting used to those long levers. Up into the handstand and up he goes. Wow. An unusually composed exercise where the flares dominated, but didn't he do them well? Lovely form in the circles.
Very first World Championship final.
Gold at the Asian Games on pommel horse in 2018. Gold at the Summer Universiade on this apparatus. Very strong competitor. And here, there, you see, showing his flexibility. Extended in the legs. Keeping focused throughout. The rhythm going. There into the dismount. Scored 13.7 in qualification with a 5.7 difficulty score. And there, supporters were happy with his performance.
So much emotion.
So we're waiting for Li Chi.
Not sure that it could challenge Yao, but let's see what the judges think.
There are no compulsory elements, however, there are
22 years of age.
every athlete.
Great to see a spread of nations in these finals.
Way that each gymnast put together a routine and somehow named skills in their honor.
Look at that. There, the pirouette working quickly and efficiently.
With the dismount and the look of hopeful anticipation.
It means so much to the coaches.
Great sports.
Yes, great sportsmanship on the competition floor. Makulak greeting him.
Here comes Li Chi's score.
It's a big moment, and the judges want to make sure they get it right. So they'll take all the time they
Flags from
require.
Chinese Taipei flying high. Very proud of his performance. Awaiting the outcome. So you think it's going to be close?
The horse area looks a little bit different than the other apparatus. The mat is much thinner. That's because there aren't any of those big, high-impact dismounts. So it's quite a tight, neat area down there. Just 10 centimeter
Now,
mats.
all he can do is wait. He's done his job, and what a job he did. 15.166. Lifting the bar from qualification.
Just like Li Chi was done from mount to dismount. That's a celebration in itself.
Oh, the score 14.966. He moves into second place behind Jia Ruoteng. That's a great result though for Chinese Taipei.
And the seventh competitor on pommel horse representing Russia, Nikita Nagorny.
The medal for Chinese Taipei would be their second ever at world level. They took one on vault in Birmingham back in 1993. This is Nikita Nagorny from the Russian Federation. Feet locked together in the circles. Oh, and he's off as well. A little bit hesitant in the swing. The shoulders skewed. They have to keep them square. Disappointment for Russia on this apparatus. Shivado travel up into the handstand. Oh, and even the dismount really didn't quite go to plan either. That was a shame. So there'll be no changes there in the medal positions, I am pretty sure. With one more gymnast to go. Bronze medalist all around, silver medal with the team. Nagorny will also feature in the vault final. And that will take place tomorrow. That's where he came off, that's where it went wrong. What a disappointment, that's a shame. Yes, and there didn't quite get the rotations in correctly either.
But he still has that beautiful bronze medal in the individual all-around competition home, and we're going to see him again later.
Nagorny, 21 years of age. Talking through their performances with the coach there, Belyavsky and Nagorny.
Xiao Loteng in first place from China. Li Qihai from Chinese Taipei second, Samuel Kulak from USA third.
And the score coming through, 12.533, fifth place for Nagorny. So here are the current standings. Xiao Ruoteng leads by 0.2 over Li Qihai from Chinese Taipei. Samuel Kulak currently in third place. Those are the medalists at the moment with one gymnast to go. The reigning world and Olympic champion, Max Whitlock from Great Britain. Olympic champion on the pommel horse. Building the difficulty. Up into the handstand. Now on the end with the spindle. Into the flares. With travel. And back again. Incredibly difficult work. This is good from Whitlock. The triple Russian. Up into the dismount. And Max Whitlock, the reigning world champion, does everything to defend his title. The Union Jacks flying high. And a nod from Whitlock, scored 14.966 in qualification, 15.233 in the team final. 25 years of age. Congratulated by all of the other finalists. Let's have a look. He can complete such difficult work. There's the swing to handstand. The difficulty was 6.7 in qualification.
When he circles around on one pommel, the base of support is so small.
The line from shoulders to toes, keeping his form, up into the handstand. Here, the travel in the flares. Extended.
Manual forward, Shivado on the way back.
There. Working the whole of the leather. Up into the pirouettes. And feet squeezed together for the dismount.
Score to beat is 15.1.
So 15.166 is the score to beat. And the score comes through, 15.166. It's the same score, but this time it's a silver based on the tie-break rule where execution prevails. So Zhao Ruoteng takes the title. Well, Zhao Ruoteng was subject to the tie-break rule in the all-around, and on that occasion it didn't go in his favour. On this occasion, he takes the gold. What a pommel horse final. So close. Whitlock has to settle for silver.
The difference in the execution score.
China celebrating their gold.
6-6, and for Zhao Ruoteng,
Chinese Taipei take a bronze in the form of Li Chikai. They will be thrilled with their result. So here, confirmation of those results. No difference in the score between Zhao Ruoteng, gold medalist, and silver medalist Max Whitlock. Max scoring 8.36 in terms of difficulty, whereas Zhao Ruoteng had 8.566 for execution. Sorry, execution score prevailing 8.566 over 8.366. And there the gymnasts congratulating each other. He's happy. Three golds decided. Two more to go here today. What an evening of gymnastics we're having. So as the music changes, we now focus on the medal ceremony for men's pommel horse.
Ladies and gentlemen, the medal ceremony for the men's pommel horse. Presented by FIG Executive Committee Member Martin Redden, FIG Men's Technical Committee Member Olga Altman, and LOC Corporate Support Manager Mohammed Al-Mirati. Winner of the bronze medal representing Chinese Taipei, Li Chikai.
Li Chikai from Chinese Taipei, bronze medalist on pommel horse. First medal for them in 25 years. Max Whitlock putting in a fantastic performance, scoring 15.166, but a silver medal on the tie-break rule today.
The gold medal in 2018 Men's Pommel Horse World Champion, representing the People's Republic of China, Zhao Ruoteng.
Zhao Ruoteng taking the gold medal with a higher execution score. He can add that to his team gold and silver all around. Super routine under pressure from him. Our new world champion.
Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem of the People's Republic of China. Doha, show your appreciation for your World Championship medalists.
Congratulations extended to all three medalists in what turned out to be a very dramatic pommel horse final. Xiao Roteng coming out on top from Max Whitlock. Kai. That bronze medal for Chinese Taipei. Super to see so many nations being represented here. Not just in qualification, but in these finals as well.
Here, this venue over the past week and the past couple of days, with the finals, there's always tension mounting and the excitement. We always say the more excitement, the best for last. As was the case here in this men's pommel horse final.
Three fabulously talented gymnasts. We have nothing but respect and admiration.
And Sinbad, the mascot of the World Championships, taking to the floor for a moment, being a popular mascot. And while China celebrates, we'll be moving shortly on to the medal ceremony for the women's uneven bars. Here, a look back at our pommel horse champion in action.
Women doing floor exercise, and that is a favorite combination of music and tumbling and artistry. Can't wait to see what they have planned. But then, of course, the final apparatus for the men, the daredevil axe on horizontal bars.
And there is something to be said about the fact that, and you alluded to that earlier on, all eyes are always on the same apparatus, and the athletes of this apparatus final. And that has a lot to do with the excitement of this venue.
You're absolutely right.
While we wait for the